Boom. Right. So with the hopes that Ollie shows up shortly, recap time. What did we do last
Cool.
episode?
So we all met and we like each other at the moment. We went to the pub. We got a job. Edge was particularly generous and got some info out of the barkeeper. We then walked out of the pub and there were some dudes. I can't remember the dudes exactly, but there were dudes. There were lots of them. And if we zoomed out, there were more dudes. I don't think we were meant to see all of them. Then there was a creepy person with a doll, and then Jack wasn't very well. I decided I was going to throw some ball bearings to distract people. Everybody else tried to fight. I hid in a barrel. Then everybody else tried to pick Jack up to take him back to the boat. I tried to set someone alight and then ran after them. We got to the boat. The end.
I mean, you're right. They were definitely brief notes.
They were.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with names.
That's all right. Are you clear on
Oh.
quest?
Oh yeah, we've got a map thing. Yeah, so I forgot that bit. Yeah, you know, see, I've wrote them down 30 seconds ago. My hat's going to fall off as well. So yeah, so when we were in the pub, we got a bit of a map from a dude, and then we've got to try and find the rest of the map, and then find some treasure that nobody really knows if it exists. And that was what the dudes outside the pub are trying to get off us. There, see, I remember now. But we still got it because the Edge and I were sneaky, and we didn't tell the DM, and that was bad.
Excellent. Very, very true.
All right. Can I add a few things onto that?
Please do.
So we started off in Salt Scar, which is where this ragtag town kind of almost like a. I wrote down it's kind of like a bandit town, but they have like a set of rules, a code that everyone follows to keep things in order. As you know, as everybody is kind of a little bit evil, they still need a bit of order to keep things running. Otherwise, it'll be a shit show. We went with Jack to finalize details on a quest, a job. We met a very suspicious guy with a suspicious entourage wearing a hood.
Dudes.
I believe he only went by. Did I write it down? The employer. That's the one. Yeah, he went by the employer, and we had no other kind of details. A familiar voice, but I'm assuming that's just because Rick only has so many voices.
Very true.
He sounded a lot like the governor, but yeah. Partway through the job, at the mention of Jack's pocket being ripped, one of the employer's entourage left through the back door, which he thought was a little bit suspicious, but not suspicious enough to look into. And as we agreed to do this job, the employer kind of summoned a big smoke monster genie guy to kind of put a curse or what did I write? So kind of like a pact, a promise that we would the map piece would not leave our crew. We will bring back the book to the best of our abilities, and to not let anyone. No, that's the same thing. There was a third point, and I didn't write it down. I only wrote down two. So I was like, oh, I remember that third one. Jack swore to bring back the book and not let anyone else get the map.
So it was,
and then if we fail, sorry.
Yeah, so it was. I'll give you this because it's of the three, it's the kind of there's two that are similar. So it was to The map piece, the map cannot leave any of your crew.
The crew.
Um,
Yeah.
you have agreed to deliver the book from the treasure back to the employer, and you also agree to make every effort possible to deliver the book back to the employer. So
Right. I combined those last two into one point. I put bring back the book, back to the employer with the best of your abilities. And then if we do not follow those 3 rules, then we will be cursed with a black spot, which basically, if you're cursed with it and you do not repent, I guess, you're gonna die, or something terrible is gonna happen to you, which will probably eventually lead you to dying. Yeah, after that, I believe we finalized everything and left to go to the ship. Jack was eager to set sail and get on this adventure. However, as soon as we left the bar, there was a creepy guy on the roof. I believe it's called Lord Carcer. And he had a creepy companion that kind of revealed was the kind of flash of something that we'd seen flying past, that had taken some stuff from Jack, including some hair. I'm assuming somehow the pocket was helped make the voodoo doll. But yeah, she was some creepy lady. I believe the wording of Lord Carcer and him calling her the lady may have something to do with the title of this campaign, the Book of the Lords and Ladies, but who knows? Essentially he wanted the map piece. We said no, so she used voodoo magic to freeze Jack, as they believed Jack had the piece. They found out Jack didn't have the piece, and then they tried to get the piece off us, but then no one actually knew where the piece was other than Alex. And yeah, they're pretty much what Manny said happened. Other than that, I called out to the onlookers to help deal with the Scale Kin, the Dragonborns that Lord Carcer had sent after us. Essentially saying, I'll give him a piece of gold for everyone they kill. And then we made our escape by myself and Jim, Tom and Jim, carried Jack back to the ship, while Edge just kind of happily ran away and didn't bother trying to help us. But, you know, each to their own. And yeah, Roger tried to set Carcer on fire. Didn't really affect him. He kind of was just a little bit pissed off and just left. He was like, "Oh, you fucker! Oh, I'm out of here."
Pretty much.
And yeah, and then we were approached by Short Sword Sway from the Sisters of the Sword, Gimlet from the Blue Tongues, Samwell Hartham from the Morlock Consortium, and Wendell Beckett from the Free Companies. And then outside of that, in between sessions, we have decided to work with ally ourselves with the Sisters of the Sword, and I believe we decided we want to go to, it was Kurakura or something like that. I haven't read that down because it was in WhatsApp. But I believe was it Kurakura? Kurakura. Where we can potentially find a voodoo, you-do magic person who might know what's happening with Jack, and also find out some rumors about the map pieces.
Excellent note taking.
God, you can tell you've done this for a year and I haven't.
So, are you doing anything with? Are you sort of sticking Jack in his cabin for the time being? You've taken him to see Nuts and Bones, and he's set the leg and basically told you that he can't do anything else for him. Are you putting Jack in his cabin, or are you leaving him on deck? Are you taking him with you?
I say we leave him on deck.
I think putting him tucked away is a bit tricky. Is a bit. Can't see what's
Well,
happening.
the thing is, the issue is that we're gonna have to carry him around everywhere, and then if we get attacked, we'll have to protect him. Whereas if we leave him on the ship with the crew, with Boomer and Old Button and them lot, they'll be able to look after him, I believe. While we try and get some information.
Okay.
Maybe we can leave Edge on the ship with him.
Good plan.
Smart move.
Okay. Captain with Edge. Okay, so Old Button has filled you in on the various people and places that he knows, and he's so that's off to Cora, eh? That's not just be warned. There's all kinds of strange things that go on there. But you're the boss. Off we go. And you guys set sail for Cora. And you may have to zoom out. You come upon the twin islands of Cora, which is in more or less the centre of the continent, with the two main cities, Ishantara to the south and Ishantacor to the north. And your map already has Madame Fortuna labelled on it. And you also have... so Old Button specifically mentioned that this is somewhere where there's a place where lost things may be.
Is it at the aptly named Keep of Lost Things?
I mean, that's a pretty good bet. I think that even the lowest intelligence characters would be able to put two and two together and get that. So you are free to moor up wherever you want. You can moor up in one of the cities and walk to Madame Fortuna's, or you can find somewhere to moor up closer to Madame Fortuna's and then get back on the ship if you want to go to the cities. It's totally up to you.
What are we thinking, gang?
I mean, I like doing things really randomly out of the box. I think we should just go and look for lost things.
Yeah, are we not? So Madame Fortuna is the person who might be able to help us with Jack, the crazy witch doctor lady.
I mean, do we think he's going to die straight away, or do we think we've got time?
Well, I think
Go and have a look.
he's paralysed. But I think helping. Well, my only thing is, if we go to Madame Fortuna, we'll be told, "Oh, we need to go gather some things for her." So I think if we go to Madame Fortuna, figure out if there's anything we need to get to help Jack, so we're not going back and forth as much. So
okay.
I mean, you don't have to do what I say, obviously, but I suggest maybe mooring up on the coast down here, trying to find Madame Fortuna. Try and see if she can know what's happened with Jack. And then after that, depending on what she says, keep him lost things.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. I assume we can't moor up in the middle water bit where I actually thought was the island. I assume we have to stay around the outsides.
You can get to the middle, but you'd have to pass through the system of bridges that kind of link the two halves of the island together. So both of these cities are on either side of Cora, and they're linked by a number of bridges. So you can get there, but you'll be sailing very slowly right through the middle of one of the cities.
Oh, let's not do that.
So I've put the crew token on the map. You should be able to control that. So stick yourself where you're
going. Should we say like there? In that little cove
Yeah,
area?
it looks like a cove, yeah. Or do we want to go to the one slightly northeast? That looks like a more...
Well, my only thought is that we're heading back to
Can we not move the boat after we've seen
Ishantara.
Adam Fortuna?
Well, I was thinking I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess, yeah, we could go up there.
I wasn't sure if it's like because we've got no point of reference really as to how big this place is. It might be quicker to go on water to somewhere else, but I don't know what the land looks like.
I was just thinking we have to sail as far. But I guess that doesn't really matter.
So the more important question is, once you've decided where you're mooring, is are you... So at the moment, it is kind of late afternoon. Okay. Are you waiting until it's dark to get to Mana Fortunas? Do you want to do it in broad daylight? Or are you going straight away?
Do we get to rest on the way to Cora?
Nope.
Okay.
You've been dealing with stuff.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Right now, nobody's got any reason to think we're anything but people travelling on a boat on some form of adventure, have they? You know, we haven't upset anybody that will be here.
Depends. Can I do some sort of perception check to see if I notice any ships following us on the way here?
Yes, you absolutely... Yes. If you'd like to ask anyone on the crew, you might get advantage or disadvantage, depending on who you ask.
Oh, yes. Hold on.
Now this is testing.
I would like to ask Greg Glasseye, as he has a spyglass on his icon.
That's a good person to ask. Yeah, so give me a perception check at advantage.
Okay. My sheet. Perception.
21. Right, well, there's on a fucking creepy ship going off one way, and I don't think there's anyone particularly following you, but there seems to be a fair few ships all leaving at the same time. So they might not be following you, but they might all be after whatever you're after. I think at least 3. And a fucking spooky ship.
Cheers, mate. Can always count on you.
No problem, I'm just terrified of heights. I wish someone would let me down from here.
Many ships.
No, you're right, I'll stay here. That's fine, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, no one seems to be following us, but might be multiple crews after the same booty.
Indeed.
I don't think we should wait then, really, if there's other people coming.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I say we go to Mana Fortuna. We also don't want to go in the middle of the night and spook her and then she attacks us.
Okay.
Because I assume she's Baba Yaga kind of type of woman.
You don't know that. You have been told that she is the most creepy of the 3 that Old Button knows. So
And I believe Old Button said he would have mentioned Baba Yaga, but she is away with her husband, traveling.
Yeah, gallivanting around.
Yeah.
With
Lucky for you.
And everybody's heard stories of Baba Yaga. We've all heard the stories. So if she's on par with this woman, we don't want to spook
a
her.
husband who seems sometimes to be carrying her on a shoulder. There's tales of Baba Yaga being able to fit him in a little pouch and wear him round her neck. There's lots of stories, and they're all very strange. But let me bring you over to where...
Never been so glad to have offered my hand in marriage to somebody in a D&D game before.
So let me put you on this map. So you walk and you come across some swamps with a hut in the middle of the swamps. And where are you guys? So we have Tom Marlin, we have Jim, we have Rat Scrub. And as you walk towards these swamps, you feel that kind of closeness in the air, but there's a deeply unpleasant smell associated with this, that you can see a kind of, the swamp water is kind of gurgling a bit, and you very quickly notice that not only are there quite a few skeletons and things in the swamp water, there's a lot of graves, some of them open, some of them not. You see a couple of open coffins at the bit of land near you. But you also see over on the opposite side of the hut a figure over here. If my mouse will stay still. Over here, who you can see sitting on a rock, looking quite chirpy, with a large top hat, smoking a cigar, with slightly undead look to him. He's wearing a very sharp suit. He doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Is that a fancy undead that I can carry around on my back for the next 6 weeks?
It's not going to be exactly the same as the last campaign.
Can I ask a question about the coffins that are near us? Are they empty?
Yes.
Will they float?
You can certainly try.
Because I think we should row into the middle bit using.
How deep is the water? Is it ankle deep or?
I don't want to get in here. It looks bubbly.
You cannot.
Water ain't never hurt no one.
You cannot see the bottom, but yeah, it definitely looks gurgly, with lots of dead things in.
Right, let me just check me.
An empty coffin. We could use the lid of the coffin that's just beside me as an oar.
You could absolutely do this thing.
Damn, we don't start with a 10-foot pole. Is there a long stick nearby that I can try to use to gauge the depth of the water?
I got my mop.
There is the mop. There's also a sign next to you that's driven into the ground.
Oh yeah, there is. What does it say?
The sign says on it, if I get the right folder.
Yeah, because what it says on the map don't make no sense.
It says, Madam Oregon, purveyor of fucking everything. And it looks like it's been kind of hand scratched in very rough writing.
All right.
You guys,
what are we thinking?
You
want to try row crossing these coffins?
Probably. Oh, can I just check just before we set off? Did we have a long rest?
Nope.
No, we didn't.
Not on a ship.
Nope.
We've been dealing with shit on the way here. so we didn't get time to rest.
Ooh. Okay.
We'll be nothing to worry about.
Jim's been busy cooking.
I got your back.
Nice.
Don't worry, Jim. I got your back.
I'm hoping that zombie is a certain Baron.
Incidentally, did you decide to bring any of the Sisters of the Sword with you, or are you leaving them to help look after Jack?
Oh no, they should be with us.
Could we ask them to look into find any information about the map, but telling them to try to be as discreet as possible and not trying to let on too much, you know?
So you're sending them
not going around town shouting it.
So you're sending them to the city ahead of you to try and get some info.
Yeah, send them ahead, and then when we get there, they can give us the down low on what they found to try and give us more of a goal in mind when we get there.
Okay. You can absolutely do this thing.
But we've left, I don't know if you heard, Ollie, we've left Edge on the ship with Jack and the rest of Jack's crew
To look
after him. So the three of us have come to, what was the name, Madam?
So the sign says Madam Oregon.
But that wasn't what was on the map.
It was on the map was Madame Fortuna.
Fortuna. But the sign says Madam Oregon.
It does.
How about Roger, because he's the smallest? We put Roger in one of the coffins because there's more than one, right?
There are two
and
coffins.
then the two big hulking lads give me a shove, and we see what happens. Because hey, I've only got 8 health points anyway.
You're willing to be the sacrificial one.
I'm happy to be the sacrificial lamb. You know.
Okay.
Might eat some mushrooms as I go.
Sure, if you're sure they're little rat scrub. If you're sure you want to do this.
Yeah, if I get in the coffin and we float me on the water, and just if I stay within arm's reach of you, if I give one of you I've got a crowbar in my bag, I think. Hang on.
Well, I got a rope. Do you want to? So you could use your mop as like an oar, and then we can also tie some rope to the coffin, and then we can pull you back if you get like into danger.
I don't really want to put my mop in that water, just in case there's something that will steal my mop. But we could break a bit of the coffin lid that's beside us. I could use that as an oar, but I think tying a bit of rope round me and you guys holding it in case, because I'm quite small and light, so you could pull me back if you need to.
So what if we tie a bit of rope on this side round the signpost, and then tie a rope round you, you take it across, and then tie it to something on the other side, and then we can go back and forth with the coffin.
Yeah. Okay. Put like a pulley, but using our hands.
Yeah, like a pulley. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like the fox, a chicken, and a corn. Okay. Yeah, because we could technically on the second run we could take both coffins just side by side and share the weight load. Then we could go over in one, couldn't we? You big guys in one each, and me straddle between the two. Yeah. Cool. Let's do that. If I live.
So I'm assuming that you're not kind of really rushing this and you're being careful, but do correct me otherwise.
Yes.
So on the basis that you're being careful, these are tasks with some thought that kind of anyone would do. Anyone would be able to do. They're quite simple. Even the least dexterous and or mentally challenged adventurer would be able to tie a rope and pull it. And
but don't forget, I've been a sailor for years. I've been tying knots all my life.
Absolutely. And so, Rat Scrub, you hop in a coffin. It rocks a bit.
As you do.
And you are very ably able to start rowing across the water. And as you do, this figure notices you and gets up and starts kind of shuffling towards you.
Hey, Billy, how you doing? Don't you be getting any of that on you. Look like water. It ain't no water.
So can Jim, at this point, just reach around, pull his dulcimer up, and in a very, Jesus, ding 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 style. Can he do bardic inspiration on Rat Scrub?
Absolutely. Rat Scrub, for the next hour, you are inspired by your bard companion.
I'd like to shout over to the dude and say, would you like some mushrooms?
That's mighty kind of you. Mighty kind of you. I'll tell you what, you make it over here one piece. Maybe old Saturday shares some mushrooms with you. That sounds just fancy. Don't you be falling in, though. Oh, bad things might happen if you fall in, boy.
He's not trying to put you off or anything, so he will kind of watch you with a look of amusement as you're doing it. So unless you guys are doing anything else, I'll say that you are able to get across.
Okay.
There's a couple of people who come here. They think, it's just a little shallow bit of water. I'll just step in. You want to know what happened to them? They're dead! You see him over there? You see that guy trying to crawl out on that log? He died because he tried to swim. Don't matter if you're good at swimming here. This water, this ain't real water. This is that stuff that's made of that bit of the world between being alive and being dead. It's all surrounded here. You set foot in that, it'll just suck everything that's you out of you.
I'm so glad I didn't put my mop in there.
Could Jim take one of his ladles? Well, he only carries one ladle with him. Just ladle up a bit of water and just try and cast Imprestidigitation on it.
What you trying to do, boy? You trying to clean the water? I just told you it ain't no water. Trying to clean it.
You dip your ladle in, and what comes out is kind of a black... It's not really a sludge, but it's kind of a liquid that seems to just keep on moving and rippling longer than it should. It's slightly more reactive to everything than it should be. It's kind of thick and almost amorphous. As you try and do prestidigitation on it, it kind of goes, then does nothing. It's still very, very much a black, gloopy, bubbly thing.
Very tempting to bottle it. The Jim will probably go, pour it back, and shake his spoon, his ladle a bit.
I'd make sure you get all that off, boy. You don't want to be accidentally making some soup and have some of that in there. That will not make for a good soup.
Jim will look at his ladle and just be like, good ladle that was. Chuck it over his shoulder.
That's a crying shame. Old Saturday hates to see a spoon wasted. If I like anything, I likes my spoons. So, what you three of you doing here? Who you here to see?
I'm looking for mushrooms. I want to find mushrooms.
You're looking for mushrooms, eh? Well, the lady got so many mushrooms. Mushrooms you wouldn't believe. Mushrooms that can make your eyes turn into lobsters. You ever seen someone with eyes made of lobsters?
Not yet.
Nobody has. You know why? Because there's fucking lobsters in your head, boy!
Yeah, lobsters. I know what you're on about, but we're here. We were looking for Madame Fortuna, but we couldn't help but notice the sign over there. It said Madame Oregon. Has there been change in who's living here these days?
Not so much a change in who's living here, more a change in what they do. She didn't like that name much. It's the name that she used to have. But she's about more than just telling fortunes. She's about, as I think you'll see on the sign, fucking everything. So don't you forget,
Yeah.
you be paying her the respect that she deserves, old Tom.
So Tom would be like, yeah, wait a minute. I never told you my name.
You didn't have to, boy. I know your name. I knew your name as soon as I saw you. I says to myself, oh, Saturday, that there's Tom.
Mr.
Have we met
Saturday.
before?
No, not yet, boy. Neither we, Jim. Oh, little rat scrub. We met now,
Can I
though.
call you Mr.
I'd like to be your friend. Can I be your friend?
Have you got mushrooms?
I have no mushrooms. What I have is a finger that comes off every now and then. And I use it to pick up a cigar off the floor when I drop it. I have a small shell. I got my favorite rock. And I got a small collection of eyes that used to belong to crabs. They're very small.
But no mushrooms.
If you want mushrooms, you gotta go in and see the lady.
Okay, cool.
So, you on an adventure, eh?
Well, you seem to know more about us than we know about you.
You know exactly as much about me as I know about you. I told you my name is Saturday. I know your names.
Touche.
I'd like to go on an adventure. I might come with you. You think that'd be fun?
Honestly, yeah. You seem like a very down to earth fella.
Is that just because you want to see how long I can keep up doing this voice for? Because I can do this all day long, boy.
10%.
I mean, as a player, yeah, but I kind of also want to see what this character's going to get up to.
Well, I might hold you to that. We'll have to see what the leader says. She might want me to go with you. She might say, no, Saturday, you gotta stay here. Make sure the dead stay dead and go where they're going. Who knows?
What
Well,
special talents could you offer us if you came along with us?
I told you about the crab's eyes, right?
Say no more.
Also, I got this shitload of creepy death goop. I use it.
Oh, okay.
Might be
I
useful.
helps marshal the space between the living and the dead. Someone needs to die. Normally, they end up in the goop.
Might be a handy
Well,
thing to have.
it was nice meeting you, but I think it's about time we introduce ourselves to the lady.
You going in there, boy. You be careful now.
Mr. Saturday. What?
Mister!
Mr. Saturday.
Mister! I ain't no mister. How dare you be calling me mister? Yeah, I thank you to address me by my proper title, please, sir.
What's your proper title? Saturday.
It's Primor Saturday.
Well, Primor Saturday. Is there anything we should know about the lady before we are introduced? Will you introduce us?
Oh, I'm happy to announce you. One piece of advice. Don't be getting so sassy. Don't be sassing a lady. You sass a lady, you might end up with, instead of a head, a shoe.
Okay, thank you, the Primordial Saturday.
All right then. Let's go meet her. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, this feels like an inflection point. This feels like some time when you might get some real direction. Some time when you might get some tips that you might ignore. Some tips that you might not even realize you've been told are tips. I hope you remember to ask all the questions you're meant to ask, because if you don't, I can't help you.
And he kind of, like, dance walks into the hut. And I will copy you all over. And as you enter...
I feel like he could be a guy from Fallout.
As you enter the hut, you come into a place that is... I wouldn't say stereotypical. But, you know, it's exactly what you'd expect from a creepy hut in the swamp. There's jars of things, there's mouldy books, there's bottles with liquids in, there's chests. It's kind of a murky, damp, sodden floor. There's like weird arcane drawings and things, and at the back in a throne that's made from bits, well, I say throne, that's an ornate chair that's made from bits of rowboat, bits of bone, bits of unidentified mass, is sitting Madame Oregon. Is a hunched over lady with a greenish hue to her skin and long hair, and kind of she's looking quite dirty and drab.
So, you come to see me, hey? I see you've met Saturday. Is it y'all gonna introduce yourselves? I'm sorry, lady, that's what I was meant to do. I'll present to you little boy rat scrub, Jim with a beard, and this here is Tom. He has 2 arms. Thank you, Saturday. You can wait for me outside. As you wish, milady. I'm just gonna go check on the goop. They didn't fall in. They're not one of those ones that fell in or tried to... I can see that Saturday. I'm just excited about doing my job. So, you say, what brings you to me? How can I be of help or hindrance to you?
Do you have any mushrooms?
I have so many mushrooms. Mushrooms you would not believe. Is that what you've come for? Do you seek recipes for mushroom dishes? Do you seek to poison or to conjure images? These are the usual things people want mushrooms for. Mushroom is a means to an end. What is your intended end, young boy?
I found some mushrooms. I've not seen them before. I thought you might want to swap some of my mushrooms for some of your mushrooms. And I would quite like to take away some mushrooms that would help people.
I am always up for fair trade. Give me your mushrooms, not knowing what they do. And I will give you some of mine, not knowing what they do. Help is a subjective term. I'm sure that their use will help someone, maybe even people. But please, take my mushrooms.
And she offers you with a kind of wizened, bony hand, out from a pouch, as though she knew that she had to keep them nearby, a small bag of mushrooms.
Thank you. I'll swap those for my unidentified mushrooms in the bottom of the barrel.
You have mushrooms from Crazy Magic Stranger.
But they're helpful mushrooms.
So, is that everything that you wanted from me?
That's all I wanted, but my friends have got questions.
Please, step forward, friend.
Hi there, Madame Oregon. Thanks for entertaining the young'un. He's got a fixin' for mushrooms lately, and yeah. But the reason why we're here is our captain. He's fallen sick of some sort of curse, and he seems to be paralyzed and unable to move. We were wondering if there's anything that you were able to help us with.
A curse, eh? Interesting things, curses. Very specific. You'll have to tell me more. What did your captain do to get this curse? And whom did he do it to? That's often the way with captains. Is your captain someone I know?
Well, it's Captain Jack of the All Trades.
Ah, Captain Jack. I knew Captain Jack many, many years ago. Many Jacks before this Jack.
Everybody's got a tale about a Jack.
And there is always a Jack.
And there's always an All Trades. Is that what it is? I can't remember.
She will give you a an acknowledging nod at that.
Yeah.
Quite so.
But yes, more information on what happened. So, we were accepting a job. We received a certain map for a certain treasure, and it seems like someone wanted that map from us. A man who called himself Lord Carcer, and his companion seemed to take some things from Jack, including his hair and, for some reason, his pocket. And he had some doll. And after muttering some things to the doll, Jack completely froze up. And we've been unable to get him to move ever since.
Ah, interesting. A doll, eh? A doll. There are a few people who are skilled in such craft and who have the recipe. There are, of course, ways you can break such a curse. I mean, for a start, you can bring me that doll. I should be able to help reverse it. You can find this person who is using the doll, and you can kill them. That will also break the curse. Or, of course, you can find some way to make her stop the curse for you. If none of those are palatable, if you bring him to me, I'm sure I can find a way to heal him, but it might take some time. You'll have to leave him in my charge. The choice is yours. And tell me, what did this person with the doll look like? Did they tell you their name?
I don't think we got a name, but Lord Carcer referred to her as the Lady multiple times. I'm aware of the title of the Lady, and I'm worried if he meant that literally.
Oh, well, that would make... It might make it a little more undesirable to kill this person. But we're made of stern stuff, and a little torture can be quite persuasive.
And a kind of little bit of craziness flicks across her eye.
Tell me, would you like to know how to make a doll? You'll find none finer than my dolls.
With all due respect, Madam Oregon, I would like to stay away from that sort of magic. It does not work well with me. He just shudders.
Oh,
However, I think the other two
I'm
of
not a
us are
fan.
excited.
I respect your morals and your sense of not wanting to interfere in the differently natural. I, of course, have a recipe. But if you want to leave your captain here for me to heal, or if you want to go and find this person and have them break the curse, you are more than welcome to.
So when Madame Fortuna said recipe,
Oh, no, she's not Madame Fortuna. Don't call her that. She's Madame Oregon. Do not call her that.
no, I haven't called her it, but when she said it, Jim's ears pricked up, and he smiled slightly, and yeah, he'd say, "Our Lady Fortuna recipe, you say?
I mean, he just called it.
What type of recipe?"
Lady what? Did you not see?
Lady Oregon. My memory is poor these days. I've been hit around the head too much. I apologize profusely.
I will give you the recipe, but of course there's a price for everything. What do you offer in trade? If you have nothing upon your person, I could always pluck something from your mind as trade.
I have a fine gumbo recipe that I'm sure you might have yourself one better, but if you're interested, I can rustle one up and give you the recipe.
I will take your recipe gladly. Is it one you have written down?
He will start to write it down. He always carry a pen and a notebook to be able to take down recipes on a whim, on a chance.
She will offer out a rolled up piece of paper.
This is my recipe. Use it wisely. And be sure before I take this. Are you happy with the price?
Jim's not all that intelligent. He's not going to realize the subtle suggestion of this. So he will turn around. He will say, "I'm always happy to share a recipe with a fellow lover of ingredients."
And she will nod her head. You feel like there's... Give me a constitution check. Straight constitution check.
Constitution. Yep. Constitution check. Is that just ability check? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
10. You feel like you're probably handing over more than you realise, but you have no idea what. And you think you have a little bit of gas, but you don't get any more instinctive feeling in your gut about whether what's just happened is good or bad for you. But she hands over a piece of paper, which looks like, I put this in your journals or players. Here you go. And she also gives you a complimentary blank doll.
Oh, it's like what
Do
the
you
creepy
show
person
that-
was saying.
Yeah, do you show that to the rest of us,
Um,
Ollie?
Chip's gonna look at it and go, it might take me a bit of time to find the ingredients for this, but thank you very much, Madam
You're very welcome.
Lady. And he's not going to show anyone at the moment. He's just going to roll it up and put it into his satchel carefully.
If you use that on the person who did this curse, they might be more easily convinced to call it off. Or, of course, if there is someone else who you think deserves this kind of treatment, it will work on just about everyone as long as you use the right ingredients. And so,
Just
what
a
else?
question of curiosity. What would happen if we were to use this again on old Jack?
Well,
I mean, I'm not. I'm just wondering. I'm not saying we will.
well, what would happen, I imagine, is that he would be twice as cursed as he is now.
Oh, so it wouldn't like counteract the original one or nothing.
No, that is not how this kind of thing works. That would be far
Well,
too
you're the expert,
easy.
so. Well, you're the expert.
You do flatter
So-
me. Now, is there anything else that I might be able to assist you with, or trade for?
Well, there is one thing. Your compatriot outside was Primor Saturday.
Ah, yes.
Is he? Are his services available?
That depends. What
As he mentioned that he would like. Well, he mentioned that he would like to join us on the adventure. On our adventure, and we are looking for allies.
Yeah, you can take him with you, but he's a rather loud fellow. He's very good at certain things. I'm not entirely sure what those things are, but he's got something of a skill when it comes to, let's say, making sure the dead stay dead. That kind of thing.
He did say that. He did say that. He also he likes the goop.
He likes to think it is his.
Oh.
It does not belong to him, no more than anyone's soul
Oh.
belongs to them. It is more... It exists because he exists, and vice versa.
As she's saying that, Tom kind of like just zones out and goes, yeah. I agree.
You're very welcome to take him with you if you'd like.
I mean, sure. Yeah. Well, you say he's quite loud, but I think he'd fit right in with the crew. You know, well, never done the face, but yeah.
Does he eat much?
He mostly sees to himself. He doesn't need the same kind of sustenance as the rest of your crew.
Fine fella.
I would maybe keep a porthole open, though. He does tend to whiff. And so, what else would you require from me? Or should I bid you farewell and send you on your way?
Table question. What was the treasure code that we're looking for again? I didn't write it down.
Oh,
Just
the
for
book.
the map. No, that's part of the treasure. The treasure as
Okay.
a whole that we're looking for. Did anybody make a note of that?
I can get that down.
I because the employer wants the book, but we can keep the rest of the treasure. I don't remember what the treasure was called. Did anybody?
I bet Edge would know. He's on
Is
the
it
boat.
written down anywhere?
I believe it was the treasure of the lords of the treasure of the lords and the ladies.
Oh, is that all it is? Okay. Right. Yes, the famous treasure of the Lords of the Ladies. Yes, I remember. How would Tom not know that treasure? So yeah, as we're leaving, I like turn and be like, one more thing. What do you know of the treasure of the Lords and the Ladies?
Ah. Seeking things that best not be sought, eh? Bold of you.
There isn't a sailor out there that ain't looking for that.
Well, not anymore. There used to be many sailors who weren't looking for that. That's changed now. Now there's a whiff that it might be actually findable. I happen to know the original person who buried it. And I assure you, they do not wish for it to be found, hence the burying.
Do you get many visitors out here?
Not many people make it past the waters.
Really?
Most people.
Really?
So,
Maybe Rich would be good. Or Doc.
I like my solitude. As
So-
does Kathy, who wrote
Who's
the
Kathy?
original map.
Roger is going to whisper to the other two that are with him. If she doesn't get a lot of visitors, do we reckon the guy who wants to come with us is the one who buried it?
May well be.
Who
And he
knows?
likes digging. There's lots of coffins and lots of places for the coffins.
I can't hear you, young boy.
Lady Organ, sorry to whisper in your presence. We were just wondering if your man Saturday buried the treasure.
No, it was my good friend Kathy who buried the treasure. She was
You
locked
did say
away
Kathy.
many, many years ago. I'm not even sure now if it's her who's still locked away or her children and her children's children.
Where were they locked away?
Last I heard, she was in Irondale Prison. A prison at the eye of the storm. No one gets out of there. But of course, that was a great many centuries ago now. I haven't heard anything more from her. I suspect she likes her solitude in there, just like I like mine here.
Well, I thank you for helping us out with our questions and trading with my companions here.
It was
Is there anything you need of us as we're on our travels? We may come back one day, and if there's anything out there that we could do to help you.
I'm not sure if you do come back one day. But one thing I will say, do not underestimate the young boy with you there. I have a feeling in your future that boy will save your life.
Well,
Maybe with my
part of the crew.
mushrooms.
well, we're part of the same crew. We got each other's backs.
Interesting you should talk
I
about
got his
having
back,
each other's
he's got
backs.
mine.
My understanding is that
Oh,
you have something of a mixed bag of experience with crew cohesion. Let's just hope the past doesn't come up to rear its ugly head again, young Tom.
yeah, let's hope. And I put my trust in these guys.
You do well to do that. Make sure you earn their trust too. Now, I wish you safe journeys. And do try and bring Saturday back. If not in one piece, at least bring back the most important pieces.
I'll do my best.
And she...
Table question.
Oh, go on.
Did you remember to put recording on?
I did. And she kind of clicks her fingers and disappears in a puff of purple, slightly glittery smoke.
Ooh.
Well,
Thank you. That was the correct response. Thank you. So, baby,
Right,
we go
so,
on a quest, yeah? Where we going? I'm excited. I'm pumped up for this. Yeah, where we going? We going far away? We going close? I don't know. Old Saturday's never been on a quest like this before. Or if I have, I don't remember. I don't remember shit sometimes.
Oh, pack your bags. We got some stuff to do on Cora before we leave. But God knows where we're headed next. But we could be anywhere on this continent.
I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the rest of Cora. Let's see the whole thing. I'm going to be some kind of skeleton tourist. I want to see it all.
All right.
Primordial
Let's do
Saturday. Your name's a bit long. We tend to have quite short names on this crew. Is there anything else you like to go by?
Long time ago, the madam once called me Baron. But she said that didn't suit where I came from, so she gave me a different name, Primor. I thought that sounds cool, but I'm okay with Baron.
Aye, Baron, it suits you. Jim will walk out the door.
Yeah, it definitely suits you with what you're wearing there.
Well, it's kind of my personal brand, looking good. Okay, on we go. Let's go.
As you exit, are you heading straight back the way you came, making your way to the city?
Yeah, so we go back to the boat and then we'll take the boat into the city on the south side.
Can Baron move the goo for us?
Like parting the Red Sea.
I can't be controlling no goo, but look, I got a trick. Look what I can do.
And he jumps out, and he kind of looks like he's going to splash in, but just kind of lands about an inch above it.
See? Jazz hands. Don't affect me, baby. I'm the only one it don't affect. I can't touch it. I can't enter it. It's just mine. It's part of me, but it's not part of me, but it's me, but it's not me, but I can't touch it, but it can't touch me. You see what I'm saying, boy?
No. But okay.
All right, then. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, and you guys head off, and because you didn't hang around, the trip from where you are down to the city is reasonably uneventful. And I will put you guys on that. So you moor up, and you are greeted as you dock. Excuse me. You are greeted by Short Sword Sway. What voice did she have? So we have done a reconnaissance of the I call it city. It's more like large town. Ishantara is very run down. It's not very opulent, except there's seems to be some kind of statue that look like solid gold over there. But we found Keep of Lost Things. It looks very lightly guarded. There's 2 guards inside. It looks like kind of almost public place, but quite creepy. We put our ear to ground, be very subtle. We ask and listen, and it seems the things it keep, it has everything that's been lost, but if you go in, you can only find things you are looking for. It sounds very, very strange and mysterious. I don't quite understand, but apparently people are scared of it and what's inside, but it looks very easy to get in. I don't think it will be dangerous at all.
All right. Thanks for your help. I guess. Well, before we go on, should we have a discussion about what we do with Jack? So our options are essentially find the one who did it, kill him or take the doll, or have Jack stay with the lady in the swamp but I'm not too sure how that'll go down.
I really don't
Yes.
think we should leave that Jack with the lady in the swamp. I'm not sure he'll ever be
Who
the
knows?
same again.
They might get on.
Yeah, but we can't have a all trades without a crew.
Yeah,
Crew,
without
yeah,
Jack.
we need Jack on the all trades, don't we?
Mm.
Yeah, you're
Although
right there.
could somebody become Jack? Because the Jack's
No,
interchangeable, right?
there's a whole ceremony that's got to happen. It's not just that Jack suddenly appears. Old Buttons doesn't stop talking about it, to be honest.
Old
It's
Button
all he
knows.
yaps on about sometimes.
When you're ready to know, Old Button might tell you, but for the time being, it's not for your young ears. Very, very sensitive stuff. That you gotta be trusted in a circle for that kind of thing. And also, it helps if you're not drunk while the ceremony's happening, which is quite rare. Old Button wasn't drunk. I saw everything. I'm sorry, I was eavesdropping on your conversation, but I don't want to keep you from your adventuring.
No, always happy to lend an ear to your stories, Old Buttons.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Tom. You're a sweetheart.
So is Jack staying on ship?
Yeah. So, I think rather than looking for this person, I have a feeling that we may run into them again at some point. Considering that they're after what we've got, and also what we're looking for.
Okay.
So, shall we try and enter this Keep of Lost Things?
Should we take
Yes.
we taking Baron with us?
Shall we have a short rest? Give it an hour and then go.
Yeah.
You can do this.
You know, seeing as Rat Scrub could probably use a, little rest.
He's only small.
Yeah. But I will say, she said that you only find things you're looking for, and I know you've been looking for them mushrooms. We may find some more mushrooms in there.
Yeah! Mushrooms!
I'm sensing a theme for this campaign.
Oh,
Well-
it will change. It's just tonight's campaign theme. Next week, who knows? Squirrels!
So you are absolutely allowed to have a short rest. You can hang out on ship for an hour, recoup, and then head towards the Keep of Lost Things.
Yeah, I think I'll let Old Buttons know what Madam Oregon said about Jack's condition and all that stuff. Just keep him up to date with what's happening.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, if it were up to me, make a doll of that bitch and twist her head off. But I say, you can make lots of dolls, couldn't you? Well, I'd keep that kind of information to yourself. Don't be sharing that around.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not touching that shit. I don't mess with all that voodoo magic shit.
Ah, you're a good boy, Tom. You're a good boy.
Take a short rest. Why didn't I heal?
You didn't select your token, your heal token. You had to scroll down.
Oh, I hit short rest. Fight. Oh no, I have no hit die.
Oh, weird.
Oh god, what is my hit die? Da.
I need somebody to explain to me what I'm doing, please.
So I don't think you're going to be in immediate peril at this point, so we can do that afterwards, if you'd like. But let me just check.
Ooh,
Set up new campaign.
ooh, it's D10.
It's D10.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hit point die D10 per fighter level. So I have 5 D10.
So Rat Scrub, where it says short rest on your character sheet towards the top. If you hit that,
Yep.
and then it'll ask you for a number of hit die. It should ask you for a number of hit die that you want to use.
So at the bottom I've got rogue 5d8 plus 1.
Yeah, so basically that means that you can use 5 hit die. You can use as many hit die as you like in short rests, but once they're used, they're gone until you have a long rest. So you could use 5 hit die all in one short rest, but then if you take another short rest later on in the day, you can't do any healing. So it's just a pool that you've got available for you to use as many as you want to get you up to whatever you think a good HP level should be.
I think that'll do.
So you guys head up towards the gates of this building, and there are two guards outside.
They look like they love their jobs, don't they?
What can we help you with? What do you want?
We want to go inside.
I don't think. No.
Excuse me, sir. I lost some mushrooms. Can I go inside and look for them, please?
They give each other a glance, and one of them just opens the door a crack and looks like he's kind of saying something inside, and then closing it. It's maintenance. Everyone, give me a perception check.
Hello.
Perception.
I keep bloody closing my sheet.
Do I get the bold one because I've got bardic something or other?
No, we got that.
Yeah, that would have been
No.
handy if it looked like you were going to jump into the waters.
Okay.
So
Oh, maintenance day, you say?
So Tom doesn't notice anything strange at all, but both Rat Scrub and Jim, you can tell that these uniforms are very ill-fitting for these people. They really don't look like they're theirs at all.
It'll only take me 5 minutes to run in. I won't be a bother.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's safe. You can't. I really rather you didn't. No one's allowed in it. No one in the whole town is allowed in here at all. Whole city. No, it's out of. Yeah, it's forbidden. That's what it is.
So you're saying there's no one in there?
No, there's
If no one's allowed in there, then why is there someone in there?
there's
You talked to someone in there.
no.
Can Roger just walk up and try the door?
Are you kind of walking past him and just kind of like fuck you, pushing it, or are you trying to kind of get past him, evade him, and run?
Second option.
Okay. Give me a acrobatics check. 15. 5. Oh, you little bastard! Oh shit! You managed to get in, and
Yes.
one of the guards runs in, and another guard goes, "Fuck! Oh nope," and runs off. So you are able to go in, and you see one of the guards runs in and runs off, and you see it looks empty, quite messy. There's a lot of behind an essential stone plinth. There's a lot of like loose rock and rubble on the ground, and a big spiral staircase that goes down. And you see this chap here standing at the front desk, and he greets you quite politely. He says,
Yar, hello there. What you be doing here? To keep lost things. I'm the priest. The priest here.
Well, what was with those guards out front saying that we couldn't come in?
Or we be closed for maintenance. So, best if you just... Either, if you want a book, we got some books. But other than that, I think it's best if you... for safety, if you just skedaddle. And don't be going anywhere you shouldn't.
May I
it's
ask
okay.
what priest you... What god you follow, fair priest?
I be following... Well, it's complicated. It's not really... Like... You know... It's, the things, the last things, that's what I follow. But anyway, you know, last things are last, best not go looking too hard for them. Off you go, little scamps.
I'm here to look for a book, so I'm going to look for a book because you said we could look at books.
Hey, there's some on the floor over there. You knock yourself out and then be on your way.
Thank you.
So Tom just like stares at him, just like giving him evil eye in an attempt to intimidate him.
give me an intimidation check.
Oh, come on!
Do I know you from
Two
somewhere?
4s!
You're giving me quite the look there. Do I know you from somewhere?
I don't know, you tell me.
He goes up to you at that point, and he has a really close look at you. Right, I'll be right back. And he very quickly starts running away. Up.
Do I recognise him?
And he is going to go up here and hide in a little cubby hole. And you can no longer see him. Give me a history check.
Oh, come on.
His disguise is phenomenally good.
Oh, he's a weird fella. Fucking hell, what are my rolls?
Those are pretty bad rolls.
I rolled 2 4s on the intimidation check, and then a 3 and a 10.
I'm sure there'll be no bad consequences from that.
I mean, as a player, I've got intuition as well, because you asked me something last week. But yeah. Did you want to say, Maddie?
Can Roger like do an investigation check on why we think there's books strewn across the floor? Do they look like they've been there for a while? Is there cobwebs on them? Do they look like they're very recently thrown on the floor?
Give me an investigation check. 25. Okay. I mean, you're really showing up Tom here. They are not kind of covered in dust and cobwebs. These have been thrown off the shelves, scattered as though someone's looking for something. This is like if you were trying to find with a 25. I think it's kind of like they're not just swiped off. They're kind of pulled off the shelves, as though you were kind of looking for some kind of door or entrance, like a secret door, like a book kind of door. It's that kind of movement there in those kind of piles on the ground.
Interesting.
Jim is going to casually stroll up here where the guy was going. Probably just playing his flute gently, as he does.
Tom's not
Right,
one
yeah.
for books. So, is there anything that's not books in this room that maybe would attract someone's attention who isn't the most intellectual person?
So, the most obvious thing is the big spiral staircase in the ground, which as you get closer, it looks like it was covered over, and like it's been like a top layer has been like hammered out to reveal the spiral staircase. You can take some time to look for other things if you want that aren't books of interest.
Can we see the whole room from where we are? Or is anything obscured? Because there's something really funky on the map. Don't know if we can see it from where we are.
Something really funky.
Top right.
Oh, you mean the blue glowy thing?
The weird blue hand holding a book.
Ah, that's not really there. That's a quirk of the map.
That's just... Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you can't see the kind of... There's a balcony that runs across. You can see there's like books and kind of archways and cubby holes and things, but you can see the whole rest of the chamber. You can see at the far end there's two large stone chairs behind desks, and you see similar kind of things strewn about the place.
So Tom's going to head towards the spire in the middle, but then turn to look up to the guy hidden in the cubby and just then have a smile to himself as he walks up the stairs, and he moves one of the bookshelves to put it in front of the cubby door.
Love it.
You absolutely do this thing.
He's just chuckling to us like, fucking priests.
Is
And
that
then head back to the spiral.
meant to be there?
Is
Or
what
is
meant
it
to be
just
there?
part of the map? There's blood on the table up here. While Jim's having a wander in a little ditty, he's going to notice that blood. Go and have a closer look.
There is absolutely some blood on the table. Would you
Can
like to
Jim give it a
investigate?
little... Yeah, can you sniff it? See if he can see how recent it is.
You a wolf?
No,
Does recent blood smell different?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not dried.
It looks shiny.
Yeah.
It looks shiny.
Lick it.
But to be honest, there's not a great deal of, unless you get really close to blood, it just smells, and it will spell irony. It wouldn't smell much until it started to dry.
It seems reasonably recent.
I think being that he deals with a lot of meat, he'd be able to gauge with it if it's reasonably recent.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's certainly within 24 hours.
There'd be foul play here. Foul play.
Ain't no wrong with that. I like a fight. Hey guys, I don't think we should waste our time with the books. Let's go down the hole.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to move you. Are you all going down the hole?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, go on.
down the hole.
Copy you over.
I bet that's where the things we're looking for is a.
He's always going down the holes, Tom.
You know me, I like going down the holes.
Inspiration for
holes.
being a creep. So going down.
Well, it's a shame I'm a fucking human and I already have inspiration.
I'm assuming that the weird blue hand is another trick of the map.
That one is also
Yeah, the
not
maid
there.
hand.
But the spiral staircase leads down. And sorry, we saying something.
Yeah, Tom can give his inspiration as part of the human trait.
That's
He can
true.
give it to someone else.
You can.
All right. Yeah. Jim, you're a funny one. Yeah. Pat him on the back.
Ooh.
And you enter. The spiral staircase goes down, and it branches off into two. They both lead to a large, very, very cold chamber. Either side of you, you can see two old. What's the word? Like a sarcophagus type tombs. Thank you. And there's a number of plinths. At the far end of the chamber, you see a stone, massive statue that's kind of from middle of the body up, with two hands out, of a lady. Two hands out, two giant hands. In each hand, there is a quite impressive looking sword in each hand. But you also see in front of you, on a plinth, a bottle containing some kind of liquid. You see a skull on one plinth, which looks like it's covered in jewels. And you can see a piece of parchment over on the plinth over here. You can't tell from where you are what the parchment is, but you can see it in front of you. And as you take a step in, you hear doors close behind you. Doors that you didn't realise, that you had no perception of before you entered this room. You just hear doors slam shut behind you. And you hear the voice in your ears of a woman. Are you lost now too? If you don't find the thing you're after, you'll be a lost thing. And that is where we're going to call it.
Who said that? I'm sorry, I was talking about holes.
I suspect there might be some combat soon, but that's for next
Yay!
week. I didn't want to risk murdering you guys without a full complement.
It gives me a chance to realise that I am short by about 8 spells. No, wait, hold on. Spells now.
Can we summon Edge from the boat, or is he going to miss it out anyway?
Yeah, 8 spells.
He's very capable of. He knows where you were going. He can follow you. If he decides, no, I don't want to miss out on the action. So I suspect he'll be joining you shortly. But yeah, I'm sure there's very little in this room that can hurt you.
Who knows? Maybe mid-combat, we'll start a combat and he'll crash through the ceiling.
Like Indiana Jones.
Or he sets off a trap somewhere and he falls through a pit trap and it's down here.
I put a link in the WhatsApp chat, by the way. I think one week we should arrange to do live D&D at that place, if we can. If there's a way we can possibly do it, I've always wanted to go there.
Where?
The Arcanist Tavern. It's in Shoreditch.
Oh, it does look cool.
You can hire booths and they're all themed and it's amazing.
Wait, hold on. Where have you put this?
In the
WhatsApp.
The name rings a bell. Oh no, this is
The
new one,
Arcanist's
isn't it?
Tavern.
All right.
Yeah, when it all comes to a crescendo, we should go here for the finale.
I do like rolling some real life dice.
Or maybe just for the occasional boss fight.
Where
I liked
was
it, mate. It was different. It's in Shoreditch. You can stay at mine. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be going there for the occasional boss fight.
Did we get further than you thought we were going to get this evening, Rick?
You got exactly as far as I'd planned you to get.
Okay.
This is the exact point that I was going to finish it, and I'm glad that it wasn't too late.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's probably going to be rolling some initiative soon. Probably.
Sounds good.
So
Are you happy we didn't spend an hour in the library looking through books and reading books for an hour?
Right, come on, lads. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, I think I'll probably end up just unintentionally kind of doing a kind of one session mostly combat, one session you getting information gathering stuff, doing fun RP.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
they usually just tend to go that way, don't they?
Yeah. And yeah, we shall discover the significance of these items if you choose to go near them next week.
Stay away from the skull.
That was
It looks
good fun.
cursed. Skulls are always fucking cursed.
Oh yeah, stay away from the skull. But that guy, the creepy skull guy with the top hat, yeah, we'll take him with us.
Oh yeah. He sounds like a right laugh. Happy spend a beer with him.
One thing I will ask is I'm going to make the videos available. If you play them, don't look too closely because I've realised that it's recording my screen and so you can see the GM layer. So don't look too closely.
Yeah. I don't tend to watch them because I hate the sound of my own voice. And I just
Same.
can't listen to my voice, so I can't watch them.
This part of the reason I do this voice, boy.
What did the statue say?
Well, I never said it was a statue. I
Well,
just said that
we heard a voice.
The
saying,
body
saying that asking, "Are you lost now?" If you don't find the things you were looking for, you'll be a lost thing too.
Oh.
Cool. I shall hit stop. Stop.